Welcome to the Power Circle. Today we will talk about some college football. We'll do a little preview of the 2017-2018 season. I'm your host, Tom Wiggins II. First name Cloyce, but don't call me that.
Cloyce!
Too late. I'd like to introduce my other hosties today. Terrell Garcia, Charles Jackson.
Dang, you can't say no D. Oh, this your boy DJ, man. Follow me, subscribe. Follow, subscribe at DJ Woo 305. That is DJ Woo 305. Like, subscribe for good content.
And Dale Spears with his name on YouTube. Dale, give out your shout out.
Oh yeah, man. Follow me on YouTube at DC Spears. You know.
Yes, man. I am not a YouTuber. We are just doing this on here for temporary. We will be moving the podcast to iTunes soon, once we're able to get everything right. But for right now, catch us on this jump. Alright, so college football, man. It's on the way. It's almost that time of the year again. Some little NFL preseason on and all that. The season's about to kick off in about 3 weeks. So we're going to start and do a little preview for the season. First, we're going to talk about our teams and give a little preview about them. Alright, who would like to go first?
Well, since I got the most teams, I guess I'll get my stuff good to give.
Yeah, let him go first.
Okay, what that supposed to mean?
I was just saying, you can go first.
God, you don't want me to go first, then you go first. God, you already BS already. Okay, I'll go first. Alright. Well, the first tip will go. Hey, bruh, can I please talk my cheese coach? Alright. Thank you, please.
Go ahead,
man,
coach.
The Florida Gators, man, come off a wonderful 9-3 season under third-year coach Jim McElwain, entering his fourth season. First coach to go back-to-back SEC championship appearances in conference history. Despite both losses, he's coming back with a very young team. We lost a lot of players in the draft, led by the DBU headliners in Quincy Wilson and T. Taylor. They lost senior Jared Davis in the draft. We also lost Caleb Bradley to the Cleveland Browns from Cleveland this year. We lost a lot of key players in the draft. But we got some young players that stepped up last year. David Reese coming back, playing the Mike linebacker position last year, and played some injured Jared Davis throughout the season. Played very well. We also got Marcel Harris coming back for his senior season. Played very well in the injury place of Marcus May, who's also in the NFL now. Then Chauncey Gardner is the man I want to talk about. Chauncey Gardner, original position is quarterback, but he played safety in last year's bowl game against the Iowa Hawkeyes. He returned 2 picks for touchdowns, had a total of 3 on the day. So he's going to be our star defensive player, along with C.C. Jefferson, the lead defense this year coming up. We made some strides in the offseason. We made our key acquisition, Malik Zaire, transferred from Notre Dame, and despite he was on a 4-8 team, he was injured. He still stood out as probably the better quarterback between him and Sean Costin. We all know how Sean Costin is. But Malik Zaire brings a lot to the table. Coach McElwain said he would love to turn to a spread type offense with Malik at the helm. But Coach Mack said, and I quote, he has to earn the position. Despite he has the most experience, he has to earn the position. So it's a 3-way quarterback battle over there in Gainesville with Luke Del Rio, Felipe Franks, and old Malik Zaire. So yeah, we have a lot of positioning battles this year. We also got our duo running back coming back next year, and Jordan Scarlett, who led the team almost 900 yards rushing last year, 12 touchdowns. We also have Antonio Callaway, who had a subpar junior season, coming back for his final season as a Gator. We also have returning back. Also, we have Brandon Powell coming back for his senior season, along with Dre Massey. I'm disappointed to say Cameron Knight transferred. Thank God he did. But nonetheless,
How you gonna say you disappointed to say he transferred and then say thank God?
Dale. Thank you. Anyways, he's also been a bit of passions, but my main focus is talk about our schedule. So this year's schedule as follows is like this. We got old Jim Harbaugh coming up in week 1 in Arlington, Texas. We gotta kick their ass. We did this 2 years ago. Then we have an easy win against Northern Colorado. We got Tennessee week. Yes, Dale. For those who don't remember, Tennessee ended their 11-game losing streak last year at home. Probably one of the saddest days of the season last year. Just seeing that stank ass burnt orange and white didn't stay night away while they had the longest ride back home with their heads hanging out. But nonetheless, we finished. Trail. I feel bad enough that I watched the game with Dale and lost. So leave me alone. It's over. Last season. But then we have a easy win at Kentucky. Vanderbilt, always a battle tested. My games I got to circle for the season is Georgia, LSU, Florida State. Alright, those 3 games right there will separate us from being a contender in the playoffs or another 9-win season. LSU's bringing back their starting quarterback from last year, Daddy Hitley, and also their second leading rusher in Darius Geis, who's by far top 3 running back in the country, coming back this season. Despite having a new coach, Ed Ogeron, they had a successful year 1 under Coach O, winning their bowl game decisively and over high-powered Lamar Jackson offense. So LSU coming back hungry and looking to make a statement next year. Georgia, top 5 recruiting class. Much respect for Kirby Smart over there what he did last year, despite he beat us. But nevertheless, Georgia has a lot of firepower coming back. Jacob Eason, yada yada yada, all this hype around him. Still he proved nothing yet. But they still had a good season. They won their bowl game. Nick Chubb coming back. Hopefully he's get healthy. And they got a defense that can probably bang with any team in the SEC, which I have much respect for. And Florida State. Okay. What to say about Florida State? On a 4-game losing streak. I hate Jimbo Fisher's guts.
What's a mouth, coach?
Throw it in my side. Now the Cook's finally gone. But they come back deep as always. They have Derwin James coming back. Oh boy. Derwin James coming back. They got Tavares McFadden coming back. They got a slew of niggas coming back on their defense. Then they got DeAndre Francois coming back with a bunch of young players on the offensive side of the field. We have Ken Makers, the #1 running back.
All right, bro. I'll let them know about that.
All right, yeah, whatever. We'll talk about the blame ass niggas later. But I'm talking about
no bashing.
Right. All right. So what I gotta talk about my game? What did I say? What did I say about him, Tyrone?
Just tell what you think that y'all need in order to be successful this
season. I'm gonna do
season.
Penn State last. Okay. Well, pretty much. What we have to do to be successful is one. We got to start strong, and finish strong. We always have a habit of start strong in games, and late in games we blow leads. Like we did against Tennessee last year. We have to start strong and finish strong. We got to stay healthy on both sides of the football. We gotta keep Malik Zaire healthy. We gotta keep all of our quarterbacks healthy because over the last few years we have injury plague at the quarterback position. Jeff Driscoll, Tyler Murphy, Luke Del Rio, Austin Appleby, all these quarterbacks are buns. But we feel like we have a silver lining in Malik Zaire. We have a lot. We rolled the dice with him this year, but we have a lot of depth at quarterback position. The deepest we had at quarterback position in a long time. And what I need to see is how good this defense can really be this year. We have a lot of young pieces that played last year. We also got a lot of returning players that played in reserve roles last year, such as Marcel Harris and Chauncey Gardner. I really want to see Kansas City Jefferson become the dominant defensive player that he was sought out to be by Will Muschamp in his final season at Florida. He hasn't really played to that dominant defensive end, but hopefully this year, now he's the anchor on the line, he could be the force that he's supposed to be. But the final thought is, can we win the big games we have are at home? Keyword home games. We have LSU, Florida State, Texas A&M, and Vanderbilt all home games. So those are four very quality tough teams. All four have success in beating us at home in the past, including Vanderbilt a couple years ago at home. Watch that shit. But I have a lot of hope for my team this year. Jim McElwain's back. He brought back the same offensive coordinator. We got a couple of new coordinators on the other side of football. We welcome in Randy Shannon as a defensive coordinator. Oh, Lord have mercy. I hope he does well. Randy Shannon coming as defensive coordinator. We also brought a couple of guys one guy from West Virginia as DB's coach. I have a lot of faith in these new hires Coach McElwain did, because a lot of coaches that we have went on to the National Football League to be coordinators as well. So I have a lot of faith in the Florida Gators this year. We have a lot of hype coming in this year. What you about to say? And I know that was Dale Latrell. What was so funny?
That wasn't me.
I ain't allowed to.
I ain't saying nothing either.
So, yeah, some boy speaking out now. As I'm saying, got rudely interrupted by somebody. The Gators. Hey, Trail, shut up.
No bashing. No bashing.
Alright, but long story short, the Gators have one thing and one thing only. That's to win the SEC championship and go on to feature their first ever college football playoff. We have a long road ahead of us, but I see if we could just finish at home, a lot of home games we have on the table, we could knock those out and then get the wins against LSU, Michigan, Georgia, Florida State. I see a great season coming up. So that's it for the Gator Camp. Let's go ahead and talk to whoever's next. So,
all right.
Question for Mr. Charles Jackson. So, what do you see the Gators' record? Like,
wait, no. We'll talk about that later. We'll talk about that way later. All right. I will go next as a team preview. All right, everybody. As you don't know, I am a fan of the Miami Hurricanes. Gang, nigga. Dang. Alright, so this is the second year in Mark Richt's tenure at the University of Miami, his alma mater. This is another important season for the Canes. Last year they went 9-4 to finish the season. They finished strong on a 5-game winning streak. Big win against West Virginia in the bowl game. First bowl game win in about 10 years. So that was good. But as we know, the standard at Miami is championships or bust. So it basically was a bust. We don't consider 9-win seasons good. So this year will lie on who will be the quarterback, and the quarterback position is very important this year because we are in the aftermath of Brad Kaya, who is now with the Detroit Lions. He will be playing on Sunday. Watch him at 1:30. So the quarterbacks in the running for the race are 4 quarterbacks. 2 are freshmen, 2 are veterans. The veterans are Malik Rozier, who started 1 game, and that was the Duke game about 2 years ago, in that crazy finish that everyone talks about. And some people say it was a fluke, others I say was a doing of God. And so And so Evan Sharice is the other veteran, and N'Kosi Perry, who is the fan favorite and also my favorite to win the starting job, and Cade Weldon. N'Kosi Perry is a 4-star quarterback. He was the number 3 ranked dual threat quarterback in the 2017 recruiting class. He's 6'4", probably about 190 right now. Got to put some more weight over the years. He's the most physically gifted quarterback on the entire roster. And they have their first scrimmage this Saturday, so the quarterback competition will be separated by this Saturday, and we will see who can really step up to the plate after all these scrimmages are over, and who's really the leader out of this. I personally hope it's N'Kosi, as I said. The running back position, we have Mark Walton coming back. Behind him is Travis Homer, the speed back out of Oxbridge Academy, 4-star recruit, and back in 2016. And behind those 2 is yet to be determined. So kind of thin that running back, but we'll see how it goes. The O-line has a lot of experience coming back. Got a freshman recruit on the O-line. He's a right guard, 6'7", about 340 Navon Donaldson, big dude, strong, pretty fast. So he a good addition to the O-line. The wide receivers got some great additions. They will also be in needs after David Njoku and Stacey Coley left. Amon Richards leads the receiver group, the freshman sensation. And two other freshmen who are hoping to be freshman sensation, Mike Harley and Jeff Thomas. Both of them 5'10", dangerous speedsters. Both of them run about a 4.3. And we'll have to see about those, how they do in the first game in a couple weeks. The offense will be, I would say, is leaning on them of how well Miami does this season. The defense, everybody talks about, oh yeah, the defense good. The front seven, oh boy, that defense, Miami defense, oh boy, they're back. They playing like they was back in the old day. Oh yeah. That has to be proven. First of all, coach, yeah, they did good last year. Yeah, they actually played like a Miami Hurricane defense, but I want to see them do it again and do it better. So next, the defense, the D-line is led by Chad Thomas, Kendra Norton, R.J. McIntosh, Joe Jackson, all Savages. And then the three freshman linebackers are returning, Michael Pinckney, Shaq Quarterman, Zach McLeod. And then on the back end, Miami brought in two transfer cornerbacks to replace our cornerbacks who went to the draft, Javonte Dean and D. Delaney. Javonte Dean was the second-ranked cornerback in the JUCO class. He's 6'2", long, lanky, runs about a 4.3. D. Delaney is from the Citadel. Yeah, he's from an FCS school, but go watch his film if you can find some. He about 6'1". He built like a linebacker, got good speed, great ball skills. He's one of the type of cornerbacks where if you throw it to him and he has a chance to get it, to intercept it, he most likely will. The safeties are led by Jaquan Johnson and Sheldrick Redwine. They are back together as they were back in the Killian days in high school, and they will be leading the safety position along with the freshmen behind them, Derek Smith and Amari Carter, two headhunters, one for Trinity Christian and the other one from Palm Beach Gardens High School. But yes, the Miami Hurricanes this season will be looking to take advantage of their schedule, which is not all that strong, to be honest. They start out with Bethune-Cookman, and they go on the road against Arkansas State. Big game, big first test of the season, third week against Florida State. Then they go home against Toledo, on the road against Duke, home on a Thursday night against Georgia Tech, home against Syracuse. Then the schedule gets to the meat, the real meat, on the road against UNC, at home against Virginia Tech, home against Notre Dame, home against Virginia, and then finally game of the season after Thanksgiving against Pittsburgh on the road. So the offense will be, I feel like, the determining factor how good this team can be. Last season they need to do better with finishing. I saw a difference in play since Mark Richt got here and the staff. They did complete 180 turn with this team. They did what Al Golden and his staff could not do in one season, which is pretty astonishing and pretty what everybody expected. And so I believe if the quarterback position is good, then I believe they can win about 10 games, 10 or 11, depending, maybe even undefeated. Who knows? I put no ceiling on these boys. I never do on the Hurricanes. But yeah, that's my preview for them right now, and I'll send it off to the other side, which is the Florida State Seminoles game.
All right, you done? All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, me and Trail, we are diehard Nose fans. Been knows ever since we were born, and for real, living in Florida, I mean, you really have no choice. Coming up in Tallahassee, you have no choice but to be a Nose fan. But as you know, last season, we had a good season. Not playoff tight, but we did pretty, I could say. only losing 3 games. Uh, as you all know, earlier in the season, we had one problem, and that was defense. No matter who we played, if we won or not, it was, why isn't Charles Kelly doing his job on defense? No matter if it was the Ole Miss win when we won 45-34, there's no reason for us to score, for them to score 34 points, and for us to have to come back in the second half, or from Louisville beating us 63-20, and Lamar Jackson really winning the Heisman. He won the. We all can say Lamar Jackson won the Heisman from his Florida State game, or I win from USF. We won 55-35. There was no reason USF should have been scoring 35 points. No offense to these teams, but it's our defense and our recruits, the people we have on our defense. There's no way they should be scoring all these points. With that being said, towards the end of the season, this is when we really started, buckling down on our defense. After the 34-37 loss to Clemson, we went on the 5-game win streak and won the Orange Bowl against Michigan 33-32, which was a nail biter, I could say, but I mean,
Or was it?
It was, but we did that. After the Clemson loss, we held each opponent under 20 points or more, with NC State scoring 20, Boston College scoring 7, Syracuse scoring 14, and Florida only scoring 13 to close out the season. So defense is a thing that I think we should focus on during the whole camp, and I think we did. With that being said, having the nation's #1 top recruit, I mean not top recruit, but nation's #1 college football player, and Derwin James coming back off a meniscus injury, there's no reason why we shouldn't win 10 games plus. I feel like with the talent we have coming back and having the #4 recruiting class of 2017 with the 22 committed recruits that signed with us, the #1 running back, the #1 defensive end, and the #1 defensive tackle to only get better next season. I feel like we also have the depth. Yes, we lost a key component in Dalvin Cook. Instead of replacing Dalvin Cook with one person, replaced him with 2 guys. Not only replaced him with Cook and but replaced him with back. We also replaced him with Amir Rasul. A lot of people haven't heard of him, but he was the backup behind Dalvin Cook before he had shoulder season-ending surgery. He's a quick guy, but as you all know, at quarterback, we do have DeAndre Francois, who's probably nation's toughest player right now. He's up in the top 10 of the Heisman watch this year. So I really do. The defense with Jacob Pugh, Urban Marinati, Tavares, and the #1 corner that's coming up. Ridiculous.
It's all good. It's all good. Just finish up. Just finish up. Just finish up.
See, I forgot what I was saying.
You were saying something about Tavares McFadden.
Yeah, with Tavares McFadden coming back, the #1 corner I'm pretty sure in college football right now, with the schedule we have, I don't see why there's a reason we shouldn't run the table. Even though we're a 7-point underdog against Alabama, I still feel like if we do lose to Alabama, we still have a chance to make it to the playoffs. There's no reason we should lose. Like see, versus in a row, there's no reason we should lose against Miami, NC State, Louisville, Boston College, or Florida. If we do lose to Alabama, there might be some controversy in college football. The playoff league towards the end of the how every. But with that being said, I mean, we have a 42.9% chance of winning a conference. We have a 4% chance of winning out, which I think is ridiculous. We have a 41% chance of losing to Alabama, which I think is also ridiculous. 80% chance of beating Miami, 66% chance of beating Florida, 51% chance of beating Clemson. But I just feel like with the recruiting class we have coming in, the players we have returning, there's just no reason we didn't run the tape and beat everybody in the ACC, but not just that, beat everybody on our schedule. But that's all I have to say.
Alright. Well, I guess we can move on to the next topic, unless, CJ, you had to talk about Penn State. CJ.
Alright, CJ's not here. Guess we'll move to the next topic.
CJ.
What you ain't gonna do is talk about mighty Penn State Lions from good old College Park, Pennsylvania. Mighty Penn State Lions under head coach James Franklin, 5th year at this university, had the biggest turnaround from a 7-win season to a emphatic 12-win season last year. Despite losing the Rose Bowl or bad coaching, he won the Big Ten championship. Big Ten championship, the first time Penn State won since he's been at the school. Probably the most high-power offense he has coached since he's been in Penn State football. You had one of the top 5 nation leading rushers, Saquon Barkley. Then you had one of the most underrated quarterbacks. I mean underrated quarterback coming this year, throw for over 3,000 yards. You have a defense who at times look sketchy, but finished the season strong against a big come from behind win against Ohio State, and come from behind victory against Wisconsin in the Big Ten championship. This year, Penn State felt like they were disrespected last year. They was one spot out of the college football playoff. They felt like, despite losing to Michigan, they made their state claim by winning the Big Ten and defeating Ohio State in the process. But that loss to Michigan got hurt. That 2-loss start early in the season hurt their chances of getting the playoff. But James Franklin, Saquon Barkley, and Trace McSorley, in my opinion, one of the best quarterbacks coming back from last year, along with Francois, Sam Darnold, and others, has a lot to prove. They feel like they're disrespected, and they feel like they have a lot to prove this year. They feel like they can win the Big Ten again this year. So looking at Penn State's schedule coming this season, the first real game will be a Nuke Site field game against Pittsburgh, their in-state rival, before they jump to conference play the 23rd of September, a road test against Iowa team who upset Michigan last year in Iowa City. Then the week after that, a home game against Indiana, on the road at Northwestern, who's up and coming, pretty decent team who's been teeter-totter from 7 wins to 9 wins last couple of seasons. Then they get their rematch against Michigan at Beaver Stadium. Then the showdown a week later at Ohio State and then Michigan State on the road back-to-back weeks. So 3 tough games against Michigan, Ohio State, and Michigan State. And in the season against a pretty soft schedule at Rutgers, Nebraska, and Maryland in the season. So Penn State, in my opinion, one of the most underrated teams last year, and probably one of the most, I would say, a little overhyped coming in this season because their defense is lost a couple of players going to draft, but they have a lot coming back though. So Coach Frank gonna get the troops ready together, get that season right, and hey man, y'all gonna laugh at me in the group chat. Ain't about laughing. Y'all gonna laugh. Ain't about laughing. One thing I ain't gonna do is laugh about black cat while I'm making my damn statement.
Not you. I was laughing at Trail statement.
What's it? Oh yeah, he's lagging.
About me, bro, when I was lagging.
Oh, I mean, I just got the message. But is that your ass up, nigga? But anyways, Penn State can easily get another 11 to 12 win season. The question is, can they win the big one in Michigan? They proved they can beat Ohio State, but they have to get those road tests out the way with Ohio State, Michigan State, and Iowa out the way. If they can take care of that schedule along with Michigan at home, them boys can be all right. Them boys can make a statement and make a claim that they deserve to be in the college football playoff. I feel like if Saquon Barkley and both Trace McSorley and Barkley have another season like that, you might have Penn State win their first Heisman Trophy win in school history. So a lot has to come to play. I believe in Penn State. I believe they can get the job done, but it has that conference schedule in the middle of November is going to change their season from a 9-win season to a 12-win season. So I believe in Coach Franklin. Coach Franklin has done it before at Vanderbilt. We turned Vanderbilt to a 10-win season in his final season there. So with that talent he has on both sides of football and that leadership come back with McSorley and Barkley, and the sky's the limit with the Penn State Lions. So I have a lot of faith in Coach Franklin. I have a lot of faith in his star players. I have a lot of faith on that defense, who at times could be sketchy, but they play blue collar football. They play from the start of the whistle to the end of the whistle. So I have a lot of faith in Penn State. A lot of people don't, but that's what they like. They like the haters to be on their back. They like their backs against the wall. That's what they proved last year. And they can do it again this year. Like I said, sky's the limit with Penn State football. That's it about them.
All right. So as you can all see, Trail and Dale are FSU fans. I'm the Hurricane fan, and CJ is the Florida Gators and recently Penn State fan. So now,
hey, what I'm supposed to be recently?
Nothing, Coach.
That's accurate, Coach. I'm sorry.
For real, that's accurate. Come on now.
Go ass up, man.
Right, you ain't been a Penn State fan all your life, bro.
For real, but you can't say like this year, Coach. I'm sorry.
Just like I'm a Dolphins fan. Also,
Go Dolphins.
Go Dolphins. I'm also a Dolphins fan.
Recently.
We'll talk about NFL
Recent
later.
Dolphins fan. Oh yeah, all NFL later. Check us out with that and NBA. But that's another story. All right, so let's get started. Now we will have the group discussion about certain topics. First off, we will start with previewing the conferences. Then we're going to preview some games for the season. Big games, small games, sleeper games, all that. Then we're going to predict who will be the winners of awards and other accolades.
One at a time. One at a time.
Oh yeah. I'm just announcing all the topics. I'm just announcing them all. And then last, of course, we would do like everybody else, and we will talk about who will be in the college football playoffs and who will win it all. All right, so the conferences, Coach.
So we doing one conference at a time?
Oh yeah, but we're gonna stick to the Power 5 conferences. We're not gonna really talk about the Group of 5. We're gonna stick to the Power 5.
The Group of 5.
So let's start out with what has been
Let's start the
assumed.
funnest one, the Big 12. So that one.
We're gonna start the Big 10, Coach. We'll start the Big 10. So let's get it popping, man. Let's get it popping. The Big 10, boy.
All right.
Well, let me start first. Let me go. Let me.
Well, knock yourself out,
I
champ.
want to go off what CJ said, because I do agree with CJ. In the Big 10, Penn State has the highest. To me, Penn State has the highest chance to win the Big 10. I know. I just don't feel like Michigan with their defense replacing a whole new starters, a whole new starting 11. I don't feel like they can be able to take them out. And Ohio State, Urban Meyer is always going to be Urban Meyer.
Their performance in the Fiesta Bowl was just a damn disgrace.
Well,
you
mighty suspect, boy.
Always going to be Urban Meyer, and you just can't. He doesn't have
can't
that.
recover that.
He can't. You know what I'm saying? He don't have that. Those type of players that Penn State has. Those type of players that want to win. That play
with
the game with an edge on their shoulder. You know.
Yeah.
With the starting running back and the starting quarterback, who I think what his name, the Barkley kid.
Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley?
Yes, sir.
Saquon Barkley. If there was any running back to win the Heisman, I really do think it probably would be him or Darius Geis from LSU. Those are my two front runners for running backs to win the Heisman. But looking at the Big Ten West, I mean, the biggest threat is probably Wisconsin. They'll probably win out in the West. I just feel like the Big Ten East, you have those three the three teams that are holding the Big Ten now, which is Michigan, Ohio State, and Penn State. And I just feel like Penn State,
Michigan State is out of the running.
Yeah, with Penn State's statistics and with people on their roster coming back, I don't think no one in the Big Ten can stop them. I mean,
I agree. Well, I'm gonna tell you this about the Big Ten.
You have a quarterback that
who's a
passes
sleeper
over
team?
3,000 yards. You have a running back that rushes over 1,000 yards.
Who's a sleeper team y'all think in the Big Ten?
The sleeper team in the Big Ten on both sides. And I have to say this, because Michigan State don't have too many losing seasons, but them boys got some chip on their shoulders. I think Michigan State gonna come back and win at least 8-9 games and make it at least competitive enough to have their voice heard in the conversation. Not gonna win the Big 12, Big Ten East, but they're not gonna have a 2-10 season either. So they're feeling like 85, 93 at the most. But my team in the West, and I have to say this because they was a sleeper team last year. The Minnesota Gophers actually won 8 games last year, which they ain't done in a long time. They actually was 1 win away from getting to the Big Ten championship game. So watch out for Minnesota this year. Iowa, they're always there, but Minnesota is a team to watch in the Big Ten West. So my sleepers is Michigan State and Minnesota.
Well, I feel like with Michigan State, yeah, they can start off 2-0 because they're on the first 2 games are Bowling Green and Western Michigan. Now after the first 2 games, they play Notre Dame. I know Chip Kelly wants to bounce back from the horrific season he had last year, so he's not going to be coming in to play. That's going to be a game where Michigan State's going to have to prove to everybody, hey, we came to play. October 7th, Saturday, they play Michigan. I personally don't think they'll beat Michigan because I think by that time it's the beginning of October. Their defense, Michigan's defense, will have had 4 games in, and they'll have all these freshmen and these guys will know how to play, know what to do.
And Jim Harbaugh ain't gonna have that sitting down.
Yeah, Jim Harbaugh's not gonna have that. Now during the middle of October, I think they will win. Yeah, they play Minnesota, Indiana, and Northwestern. Those are games that you should win that you didn't win last year. So you only won 3. You didn't win those last year. You have to redeem yourself. When they play Penn State, I don't think they'll win. Penn State has too many weapons. They have too many weapons.
Yeah.
I agree with Dale about the Penn State thing, but I will say this: the only way Michigan gonna win games if that offense get moving. If that offense get moving, they in a world of trouble. They might go from a 11-win team last year to maybe a 7-6 team, just based off they lost so many weapons. They lost Jake Butt to ACL and he's in the NFL. You lost Amari Darboh, your leading receiver last year to the NFL.
Jabril Peppers.
Jabril Peppers, who played both
your
sides
all-around
to the
player.
NFL. You lost your starting running back to the NFL, Devin Smith. So
well, they got like the number. They got like the number 12 running back last year in the class of like 2016. So he was pretty good. The number 12 dude, I don't know his name, but he's pretty good.
They did also get the number 1 receiver in last year's recruiting class.
They got the number 1 receiver last year's recruiting class.
Donovan Peoples-Jones. 6'2".
Back to Michigan State. Michigan State, they towards the last two games with Maryland and records, those should
They
be
lost
wins.
both.
If Michigan, yeah, they should be wins this year. If Michigan just
Yeah.
but Penn State and Ohio State, I don't see them winning. They're at Ohio State. I just don't see them winning it because it's Ohio State and you're at Ohio State. That's a hard place to win.
Yeah.
You're in the horseshoe. That's a hard place to
Oh
win.
no!
Anybody can tell
Ohio
you
State
that.
versus Michigan is at the Big House this year.
Yes,
You
sir.
forgot.
I can't wait for
That's
that.
at the Big House this year.
So
And
let's see.
So,
Who
Tyler,
do
who's your team in the Big Ten and who's your sleepers? And,
Alright,
and then we'll decide who's gonna win it all afterwards.
Yeah. So I basically see it as this. In the Big Ten East, I see the favorites out of that. I see Penn State as the favorites because Penn State, I believe they'll probably ride off the momentum that they have had towards the end of last season, and I believe they'll redeem themselves, and I believe they'll beat Ohio State again. I believe they'll beat them again. I'm calling it right now. I believe they'll beat Ohio State and make it to the Big Ten championship. In the Big Ten West, I'd probably say Wisconsin. I believe Wisconsin gonna come out. And my sleeper,
They're the most
however,
consistent team in that division.
yeah.
They're the most consistent team in that division.
My
And
sleeper,
if one for bad coach to the end of the game, they could have won the game.
for real. My sleeper though is Minnesota and Nebraska. And so
Yeah, Nebraska's always gonna be there somehow, some way.
now we can discuss who will be in the Big Ten championship. Let's give our predictions.
All right, I'll get mine first. I would say Penn State will return back to the land of opportunity in Indianapolis. And my team they will face will be the Minnesota Golden Gophers, but Penn State will prevail 42-24 to win back-to-back Big Ten championship. And this year, the MVP will be Saquon Barkley.
Alright.
I don't think the Minnesota Golden Gophers will be in the Big Ten championship. I don't think they'll beat Michigan. I really don't think they'll beat Nebraska. I don't think they'll beat Wisconsin either. I think it's going to be Wisconsin and Penn State, just like it was last year. I feel like they're really Minnesota's a great team. Don't get me wrong. I just don't feel like they have that talent yet to put them on top.
I respect that.
Yeah.
I mean, I just feel like the Big Ten is a conference where a lot of people look over.
Yes.
You know, besides only teams, the average college football fan only knows the Ohio State. Oh yeah, they in the Big Ten. Michigan. Oh yeah, they in the Big Ten. But I just feel like it'll be Penn State and Wisconsin like it was last year, and I think Penn State will win. And this year they won't get they ain't gonna what I'm trying they won't the college football playoff committee won't put them on a playoff thing. That's what I'm trying to say.
Alright.
So here's what I'm saying about Dale's comment. I agree with everything what Dale said. But about that Big Ten West is really a free for all because the Big Ten West is so close every year because the teams are so mediocre. They all beat up on each other. So
they're close, but right now Wisconsin just they just right there. I mean, everybody's returning except T.J. Watt.
Yep. Everybody
Their
is
defense
coming
is
back.
gonna be
they're running back,
stacked.
bro. No Claret, he gone.
But Wisconsin's known that Clement wasn't a good running back at all. I mean, he didn't have a great senior season.
Yeah, but he was
Cause he
just
lost the job to some dude that over Wabi or something like that.
he was sitting behind Melvin Gordon and he was good behind Melvin. But
Yeah, he was
then
good behind
just-
Melvin, but when it was for time for him to take the Rams, he didn't have a great senior season. I mean, but it's not his fault because he had ankle injuries all his career. So
Yeah. All right. I believe this. I believe it's gonna be Penn State coming out. Like I said, I think it's gonna come down to that Penn State Ohio State game. I believe Penn State will come out and win it, and I think their opponent will be Wisconsin, and I believe Penn State will win it again. And if they handle the business with the rest of their schedule, they will make it to the college football playoffs.
All right.
All right, now
We could talk about the Big 12, but the Big 12 they don't have a conference championship.
They do
they sure
now,
don't.
actually. They made official that the conference championship will come back this season.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
yeah, all right. So we'll discuss them.
So we
Hold up.
discuss that now.
Let me pull that up. Let me pull it up. Hold up.
All right.
Big
I guess,
12.
see, you can start off.
Alright, so what the Big 12, right? So everybody knows the face of the Big 12 is Oklahoma. Oklahoma's been the face of the Big 12 since Baker Mayfield took over. Now the difference is Bob Stoops stepped down and retired. You have a new head coach, but he's been in the system long enough to know how to run the show. Now you lost both your running backs to the NFL draft. You lost your top receiver in D.D. Westbrook, a couple of defensive players, but you have your signal caller back in a conference that is You got really but 3 teams relevant in the Big 12, and that's Oklahoma State, Oklahoma, and maybe Texas this year. Now, TC has fallen off the ranks of relativity after the last couple of seasons. Gary Patterson on the hot seat after, especially the 21-point plus lead they had against Oregon a couple years ago. They blew in the Alamo Bowl, and then that debacle they had against Arkansas early in last season. So really, it's a 3-team race. Baylor, they lost a lot of players to recruiting and draft, but really it's a 3-team race. Oklahoma, Texas, Oklahoma State, they all play each other. Really, the face of the Big 12 is Oklahoma, but you have Tom Harmon, who really turned Houston around, and he's an offensive-minded coach. You bring in Shane Boucher, who's a freshman, had a pretty good season. You bring back one of your top rushers back again. Now the problem is you got to find identity. Texas doesn't have an identity. Last year was more of a ground-and-pound attack. Now you bring in Tom Harmon, who runs a spread look. You throw in Shea Boucher and that type of offense, and he has the green light. In Tom Harmon's offense, you have the green light. Greg Ward, when he was in the Houston offense, he had the green light. When Terrell Pryor was playing for Tom Harmon, he had the green light. So my point is, if you have the right coach, you have the right system, Texas can get back to relativity just like that. But the players have to follow Harmon's lead. If you have the right players and that right type of scheme, you're just going to fail. Prime example, you have John Brentley running the spread, and he's not a scrambling quarterback. You don't have the receivers for it, and that's why Urban Meyer last season at Florida didn't go so well. So, pretty much what I'm saying is, if Texas don't beat Oklahoma State, you might just say they're 8-win seasons. 8-win season or less. Because they might not, if they lose Oklahoma State, they might lose to Baylor, and they might lose to TCU. God hope they don't lose to Kansas again. They lost to Kansas last year. And they lose to Kansas again. Tom Harmon, he might get ready to get out of there, because they're going to start doing it in Charlie Strong his first year. Get you out of there.
Yep. So
If
I
they
believe.
keep Shea Boucher healthy, the Big 12 could be Texas, but right now, I only see 2 teams. That's Oklahoma State. They last in the year with the South who wins the Big 12. And that's it.
All right. So I believe Big 12, as we all know, is the no defense conference. Everybody is about offense. If you're a DB, you get turned into a receiver. If you're a receiver, you might get turned to a DB if you ain't good enough to be a receiver. So, as my top team is Oklahoma, of course. Behind them, I would say West Virginia. I say Kansas State. I say Baylor, TCU, and then Texas, of course, is basically the big team of the whole conference as news-wise for the offseason. Tom Herman, as CJ said, is there. And we will see can he turn this program around. He gave them a new locker room, got new tactics of how to help them be better players.
The new locker room look good.
Yes, sir. So if you got a good environment and you look good, you feel good, then you play good. So we will see if Texas can rise up.
Said, when you look good, you play good.
See.
Marcus, that man. So we shall see if Texas can rise up. I believe if they do rise up, it'll be, you know, a battle between them and West Virginia. But you never know really sometimes with conference like this because offense is just so big. You know, you don't never know who just get hot and just go off. So, but I do believe the big team right now, of course, is Oklahoma because they have Baker Mayfield, and we will see how he can carry the team with the new coach. But he has been in the system, so we'll see how he carry the team. And I believe they'll probably face up against West Virginia in the championship game, and we will see how the other teams pan out, such as Kansas State and Baylor. Dale, take it away.
With that being said, I can also agree with Oklahoma being the top dog in the conference. I also can agree that Texas is on the uprise, but I have Texas actually making it to the conference championship.
Ooh.
Tom Herman's going to bring something new to Texas. He's gonna bring that Texas swag back. Let's not forget that Texas has the players. They have the talent.
Yep.
They have everything there. All they need is the right coaches.
Mm-hmm.
With the Bouchelle cat at quarterback, they have John Burt at receiver. They have a decent defense.
Tallahassee native.
Yeah, they have a decent defense in a conference where you really don't need defense. I don't see why Texas won't win out. I mean, looking at their schedule, the only hard teams are Oklahoma. To me, are Oklahoma and TCU. And the reason I say TCU is because TCU has too many offensive threats. I don't know if I think Kenny Hill graduated, didn't he?
Kenny Hill left.
Yeah, he's gone. He's gone. So I don't know who they're bringing in at quarterback, but I know they have a lot. I'm talking about a whole bunch of offensive weapons coming back. Let me see if I can pull something up here. I know they have Todd Williams, who's from Tallahassee. A Tallahassee native, went to Lincoln. Then they have Sean Nixon. They also have Isaiah Grant. They have Darius Anderson. They have a lot of returning players that are coming back. And the guy that's gonna make TCU is Devontae Turpin, the number 25 dude. He's their go-to guy. But back to Texas, I feel like if I don't I'm losing no more than 2 games this season. I just don't see it. I really don't know. I mean, they play USC September 16th. That's after they play Maryland and after they play San Jose State. And it's at USC. Now, to me, Sam Darnold is already getting overhyped with the Heisman and everything. I mean, to me, that Sam Darnold is their whole team. Texas is going to play with an edge on their shit. They're going to go out that game. Pretty sure that's going to be a night game. They're going to go out that game. They're going to play with a vengeance. They're going to play with aggression. Last year, they got demolished against Kansas, against all these low schools. Tom Herman is going to go out. He's going to hype these kids up because they have the talent. We got to remember, they are 4- and 5-star recruits that are there. They're not no local kids. These guys want to play. I think they're going to beat Oklahoma State. I think they're going to beat Baylor. I know dang sure this year they're going to beat Kansas. I'm pretty sure they're going to beat West Virginia, and I know they're going to beat Texas Tech. I just feel like Texas and Oklahoma, they just have something right now. Oklahoma has Baker Mayfield. We all know. And to me right now, if there was a quarterback to win a Heisman, it would be Baker Mayfield. Just the way he plays, it's exciting. It's what college football is. It's what people want to see now. The running around, you know what I'm saying? The 6 or 7 touchdown passes in one game. People want to see that.
But if you do it against no competition defenses, don't you think that's worthless though? That we have a trophy with a quarterback and a
But
conference that has a
That's what them
that's
Big
only
12
worthless
teams.
in the playoff committee.
Yep.
Playoff committee's eyes. If I win in the Heisman, it really don't. As long I don't really care.
right,
And with Oklahoma, with Oklahoma's schedule, I really don't see them losing to anybody. Ohio State, Oklahoma's going to be a great game.
Yeah.
They're at Ohio State, 7:30 night game. So you know Ohio State, the big shoe's going to be turned up, crump, ready to go.
ABC.
I just don't know if Oklahoma's defense can hold in the fourth quarter. That to me, this is a game that's going to go down in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
Well,
I agree.
I just pulled
Who
up.
lifted those extra weights? Who did that extra gasser when they were tired? You know, it might be one of those type of games.
Yeah.
Well, I just pulled up from the Big 12 website that it is confirmed that this season will be the first Big Ten championship game since 2011. So what it is, the top two finishers in the whole Big 12 standings, and we have one conference, one division. The
Yeah.
top two will face off in Arlington, Texas, on December 2nd for the Big 10 championship, Big 12 championship game. So it's not two divisions, one fat division with the top two at the top.
The top two, yeah. So the best two with the top two schedule, the best schedule in the conference, the best conference schedule.
Pretty much. The top two, the best record in the NFC will face off in Cowboy Stadium for it all. And this will last for the first 4 years. So they have a contract to 2021 with the Cowboy Stadium for the Big 12 championship.
All right. Now, I say we move on to the Pac-12, and I'll start out with the old Pac-12. Another conference where they don't play defense, and they really don't play defense. So, Pac-12 North and Pac-12
The
South.
thing is, we don't even get to watch it because they don't play until 10 o'clock at night over here in the East Coast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We really
It's like
can
6
watch
o'clock
them
over
play.
there.
We really
it's
can
like
watch
6,
them
7
play.
o'clock over there, and you really watch. You can't watch them play.
So in the Pac-12 North, my favorite has to be, even though Washington was the favorite last year and they came out, I say Oregon, coach. I'm going with Oregon. I believe Willie Taggart is going
I
to
believe
come
in
up.
Willie Taggart as well. Go
Yeah, man.
Ducks.
I believe Willie Taggart going to come in there.
I still say Washington's overhyped from last year. Now, damn sure feel like USC's overhyped. And that overhype gonna kill Washington USC chances.
Well, USC's not overhyped. Sam Darnold is overhyped, I think.
Yeah, I
Well, the whole
believe
team, if
USC.
the quarterback's overhyped, then the team's gonna be overhyped. So, side in college football. When there's one player overhyped, then the whole team's gonna be overhyped. Because we looked at as the Sam Darnold USC Trojans. Or the Jake Browning Washington Huskies, right?
Yeah, so I believe Oregon
But
might come out on top.
UCLA, though. That's my sleeper.
I believe Oregon gonna come out on top in the North, but also don't sleep on Stanford and Washington, of course. Washington State, Luke Falk does come back, so
Luke Falk came back, but his top two receivers are gone. And Gabe Marks, who's actually top 5 all time in receiving yards, touchdown catches, and receptions. So he's gone to the NFL. So now Luke Falk has to find his #1 receiver. What you have to do is stop Oklahoma, Washington State is to force them to run. They're one of the bottom 3 worst rush offenses in college football.
because they air raid everything. So I believe Willie Taggart can lead them boys in the South. I'll go with USC. I believe, if you got a good quarterback, you'll be straight. Now we will have to see how that defense will be. They gave up a lot of points.
Smith-Schuster too.
Yes, sir. They top receiver. They lost Adoree Jackson, the top cornerback, and the
Who he
offensive
play
third. You talking about in it?
Titans.
Titans, okay.
Yeah. And so I believe UCLA is also my sleeper in the South. Josh Rosen is considered one of the top quarterbacks in the 2018 draft. So
He been
we'll
playing
see how
since
they
day
do.
one.
In the draft class. He been playing since freshman, yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Ain't he a senior this year?
Yes,
Nope, he a junior.
he a junior. So we shall we'll see. And I believe in the championship game, I'm gonna say Oregon and USC in the championship game. And I believe USC gonna win.
I'm gonna call Oregon UCLA, and I'm gonna say UCLA gonna win the Pac-12. Cause Oregon will overlook UCLA like they're a little ass team. And Josh Rosen gonna come out there like Peyton Manning reincarnated and light their defense up. So I got UCLA winning the Pac-12.
All right, deal.
All right.
Yeah.
In the Pac-12, looking at Oregon's schedule, I do not see them making it to the Pac-12 championship.
Ooh. Ooh. Well, we got going there.
I don't. They play at Stanford, at UCLA,
Washington.
at Washington. I don't see them wins. I don't see those winning, those W's. I do have them winning the rest of their games. I mean,
So we should say they
can
going
beat
8-0?
Southern Utah. They'll lose 3 games. They're gonna lose at
So say
Stanford,
they're
at
like a
UCLA, and
9-3,
at
10-3
Washington.
team.
Yeah, they're gonna be one of those. They will have a good season, but I just don't see them making it to the Pac-12 championship. The Pac-12 is like the Big 12, no defense, like you guys said earlier. But the Pac-12 North, I have Washington just because they have their quarterback come back, and mostly John Ross and Buda Baker and
Buda Baker going too, cuz.
but John Ross, Buda Baker in that corner, that Achilles tear, doing the
Oh,
preseason
yeah.
workout.
Sidney Jones.
Sidney Jones. I think they have everybody coming back on their defense. That defense was great last
Except
year.
for
I
those
mean,
two.
yeah, that defense was phenomenal for a Pac-12 defense.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
pretty good.
You're the first 3 games you hold your opponents to under 14 points. Throughout the whole season, nobody's scoring more than 30 on you. For a Pac-12 defense, that's pretty good.
Yes, it is.
You know, they're not scoring 30 plus on you. But for any defense, that is good. But I like Washington to make it at the North easy. Easy, I mean, I don't see why they won't. UCLA might be tough. They have at Stanford. That's a night game as well. That might be a tough one. But I think they'll pull it out against UCLA only because they're at home. They're at Stanford, but I think they'll pull that one out as well. But looking at their schedule, I mean, Rutgers, Montana, Fresno State, Colorado, Oregon State, Cal, Arizona. Those should be easy wins the whole month of September until October 28th, the end of October, when they play UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
But in the Pac-12 North, that's who I have coming out. But in the South, I'm stuck between USC and UCLA.
USC.
Yeah, I'm stuck between those two. I mean, because to me, Josh Rosen is the better quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
He's more experienced. But Sam Darnold, he's the Heisman front runner for a reason I don't know. I just think Sam Darnold's overrated. He was a true freshman last year. They did the same thing with Josh Rosen, and then his sophomore year, we all know any college athlete, or specifically a football player that has a great freshman year, always has a sophomore slump because they're too overhyped. They get a big head, you know. They start thinking about the draft too early, and then when they come into their sophomore season, now they get injured. They don't live up to expectation. Josh Rosen, this is his 3rd year. Last year, he didn't live up to his expectation, but he's settled down now. He knows what to do. He can lead a team. So that's why I'm gonna have to go with UCLA. on this one.
All right. Okay, so now that we
So
got,
at UCLA and one Oregon.
yeah.
But let me finish. I just looked at their schedule, and their first game of the season is against Texas A&M, and Kevin Summers, he's
Oh,
he's on the
yeah.
hot seat right now, so he'll do anything to win.
Yes, he will. He got to get
That'll
a
be a
dub.
Pac-12 versus SEC game. If he doesn't win against UCLA, that's gonna be hard on you. That's gonna be more tough on UCLA part because Kevin Summers needs to keep his job.
Just like how it was on LSU last year when they lost to Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's get down to the big dog conferences, what I consider the top ones. The ACC and the SEC. I leave them for last for a reason. Let's get it started. Let's start with the SEC. SEC. The East and the West. I will go ahead and start out with those. Oh yeah, you can go last. Who got that video going?
Yeah, let CJ go last. This is conference.
So, the East and the West. Alright, as we know, Florida has won past couple years in the East. They are the returning favorites. Well, Georgia actually is the favorite this year. But in my opinion, they are the returning favorites. Florida, as we all know, they got Malik Zaire coming. All they have had the defense. All they've been missing is the offense. If they can get this offense going, they're the clear shot favorites. I expect them to go back to the SEC championship. Do not sleep on Georgia. Georgia has Jacob Eason. Last year he was a freshman. He was getting used to it, but we shall see how he does this year. So Georgia has a pretty nice quarterback. I don't know about their receivers. They're a little suspect. I know their running back's good. I know their defense pretty straight. They got a 5-star safety probably who's back there now, and we'll see how they do. Now, in the SEC, the biggest thing has been quarterbacks. But quarterbacks this year are a little bit better. Kentucky might have a good quarterback. South Carolina might have a good quarterback. Vanderbilt might have a good quarterback. So, or Texas A&M. Ole Miss, I don't know nothing about. I already know nothing about. But we shall see how these quarterbacks pan out in the SEC. But I believe in the East, Florida is the favorite, and I believe they'll come out top on the East. In the West, the overwhelming team, the Alabama Crimson Tide.
But don't sleep on the LSU Tigers. Do not sleep on LSU or Auburn.
Oh yeah, yeah. So the sleeper team, of course, in my opinion, is LSU and Auburn. They are my sleeper teams. Out of those two, I like LSU the best. Darius Geis, the best running back in the SEC, top running back in the country. I believe he can wheel LSU to a great season, and I believe I'm calling it right now. Before we even do those predictions, I'm calling it right now. LSU is going to beat Alabama, and they're going to come out the West. Alabama going to drop. Ooh. I'm calling it right now. They coming out the West. Ooh. LSU is going to beat Alabama. And another thing I'm going to call Auburn to upset them too. They going to beat Alabama as well.
So you said Alabama going to fall the face of the planet.
Yeah,
yes.
because it's all going to be from Florida State in the first game.
I believe Alabama is going to drop off a little bit this year. And they gonna lose the Auburn and LSU. LSU gonna come out on top in the East, and they're gonna battle it out in Florida in the championship game. I have LSU winning that game. Next up.
You did that so quick though.
Yes, it's my turn.
You ain't shit.
I will start with the SEC. My two favorites are Georgia and Kentucky. Let me stop.
Here you go. Yep, the bullshit about to come right now.
Georgia and Florida. My two favorites are Georgia. Well, whoever wins out of the Georgia and Florida, they will both have
Clay,
9+ wins.
Coach.
My bad, bro. My bad. I can't do nothing about that.
Come on, Stephen A. Smith.
You were good, coach.
You good. Keep going.
Florida and Georgia will both have 9. They'll have 9+ wins, 5+ wins in the SEC East. I just feel like whoever
whoever wins the game out of the Florida, Georgia, whoever wins that game will make it out of the SEC East. I don't know who's gonna win the game because if I had to pick and choose, I would probably have to say Georgia, just because of the quarterback play. Just because of the quarterback play. That is all.
I can't get mad. He has more experience.
Just because he has more experience, he knows what he's a sophomore now. Hopefully he can go through his sophomore slump, and hopefully he can build off his freshman year. Because nobody really is talking about Jacob Eason like they are with Sam Darnold and Josh Rosen. With Florida, the thing that I think a lot of people are going to be that I think a lot of people are not going to realize is their defense and how their defense is. I'm pretty sure probably going to be one of the, but behind Auburn and Alabama and LSU, probably the fourth best defense in the SEC. But I just have Georgia going with that game. And as we all know, SEC West, Alabama. I mean, you can't really say, "Oh yeah, Alabama's gonna lose this, Alabama's gonna lose that." It's freaking Alabama, you know. It's fucking Alabama.
Alabama.
Them niggas going down, coach.
As long as Nick Saban is there, bro. I just don't. And as long as they have the #1, they're in the top 5 and they're recruiting every year. I just really don't see nobody beating them. I mean, Darius Geis is a good running back. He's a great running back. But they stopped Leonard Fournette. Alabama always make adjustments, no matter who they playing. But I do have Alabama and Georgia making it to the ACC championship and Alabama, like they always do, they'll crush whoever they play in the SEC championship. My sleeper, let me finish. My sleeper team is Florida, CJ. It's Florida.
That's all fine and dandy, coach. It's you.
It is Florida. That's if Florida beats. If Florida beats Georgia, I would be surprised. Yeah, I would be.
Yeah.
But I mean, they got to get Michigan first, and I think they will beat Michigan because that'll be the first game of the season. Florida's defense is way better than Michigan's defense, but Michigan's offense is better than Florida's offense right now.
Whoa, hold the fuck up. Wait a minute.
But defense wins the game.
I can't agree with you on that, son. Whoa, the fuck up.
I just think so. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, do you see we got ready to return back next year? Almost everybody back next year on offense. Yeah, no.
Damn near. The only thing Michigan lost was what? Jake. The true offensive player was Jake Butt.
Well, they lost a lot of players on offense. They lost a couple of offensive linemen.
They lost more defensive players than offense. I mean, they got their returning starting quarterback back, but I don't see why Jim Harbaugh is letting him compete for his job when he literally led them to the Orange Bowl.
But you gotta admit though, you lost Amari Darboh, your leading receiver. You lose Jake Butt, you lose a starting.
But they replaced him. They replaced him with the #1 receiver out of last year's recruiting class.
Okay,
I mean, all these Michigan has like the top. They're in the top 10 of recruiting classes the last 2 seasons. Jim Harbaugh has the talent. He just got to know how to use it.
No.
All right, CJ, are you ready to give
y'all gonna beat Florida, bro. Y'all will beat Florida. I mean, not Florida, but Michigan. Y'all are gonna beat Michigan. It's just when October 28th at 3:30 on CBS, when when Georgia comes to y'all, which I think that'll be a big advantage because they're playing in a swamp.
No, it's a neutral site game in Jacksonville.
It's a neutral site game.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Jacksonville. Oh, see, that makes that makes your case. Never mind.
What you about to say?
I was gonna say that makes it even harder for y'all, man. Instead of neutral site.
Oh, that'll do it right now.
All right,
y'all beat them last year. So I don't I
In the
don't
last 2 years.
Yeah.
I don't see why I can't do it again.
Hold on, we
Yeah.
beat the last 3 years, to be exact. Matter of fact, we
Yes,
beat them
sir.
with
But
Treon, we beat them with
I
Appleby.
have
Oh, we
I
said
have I have Georgia and Alabama facing off against each other. Nick Saban and what is his name? Kirby Smart.
Yes, sir. Alumni. All right, CJ.
Yep.
CJ, your turn to give your view on the conference.
Be
Oh,
honest now. Don't be biased. Be honest.
oh boy, here we go. All right. And I'm going to do 2 different scenarios. One with Felipe starting, one with Malik starting. Let's start with Felipe. If Felipe wins the starting job, the Gators are going no worse than 8-5. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Felipe, I feel like Felipe gonna win us the game against Michigan.
Felipe's not good under pressure, man.
Can I
right now.
finish my statement, please?
I played
Thank
against him my senior year. He sucks.
Oh, this ain't Felipe French from Crawfordville High School, sir. It's Felipe French from the University of Florida. He's matured. Anyways, hey man, since your golden days no more, you ain't got me no more, coach. Anyways, hey man, let me finish. God,
I didn't even say nothing.
you did bubble in your damn breath.
Go ahead and
ahead,
finish.
Coach. Dang.
Go ahead and finish. Go ahead and finish. Let him finish. Let him finish.
All right. I'll just say it all together. I do believe Zion will get started job. And if at least Zion got started job, we can win no worse than 9 games. We'll win at least 9 games. 9-3. Or better. 3 games, I possibly see us losing to. It's possibly Michigan. Because it's this neutral site game in the bright lights. We're going to have a hard time. Trail, you're not in this. Thank you. Anyways, Florida, if my prediction, Florida, they're gonna go 11-2. 11-2. They're gonna lose. They're gonna lose to Florida State. I have to say this. They're gonna lose to Florida State, and they're gonna lose the SEC championship. And it sucks to admit that. No, actually, no, hell no. I got to lose to LSU, but I got to win the SEC championship. I'll tell you why. I don't see Alabama going either. And it's because their quarterback play. Their quarterback play inconsistent. I'm not gonna put my money. I don't care how good their fucking team is. If he ain't got no good decent signal calling, he's not going nowhere in the SEC. And with Jalen Hurts and Jeffrey losing his job to a freshman, they got some problem over there in Paradise. That's why I got you the LSU Auburn making it to the SEC championship. And if LSU goes for to get their revenge, and they're gonna beat all LSU to the SEC championship. If they don't play LSU, they're gonna lose Auburn. Because Florida's not good against tempo type teams. Happened in the past. If Auburn gets there, Auburn wins. If LSU gets there, Florida wins. But I got LSU beating Auburn. I got LSU beating Alabama. But I got Florida beat LSU to rematch.
All right. We didn't get to. All right, let's get.
I don't trust Jalen Hurts to keep the job the whole season. Coach.
All
I
right.
understand. All right, here we go. ACC. ACC.
Oh,
Here
you
we
say me for
go.
last is that one too, cause I got some words for that one.
Oh boy, I'm gonna go ahead.
All right, CJ, go ahead. Go first.
No, I'm going last.
No, cause we going last. Cause it's our division.
No, it's all right.
Nah, y'all two go first, cause y'all know more than
No,
I
I
do.
ain't going first.
I'll
man.
go first.
I'm going last.
I'll go first. I'll go first.
I'm going last.
All right.
Nah,
there-
free figure.
All right, I'll go first. I don't mind. All right, so the ACC, man, the team who came, the conference who won the championship, of course, Clemson, who came out of the ACC, the Atlantic and the Coastal. Of course, the Atlantic, the top 3 teams, Clemson, Florida State, Louisville, in that order as of right now, until they prove it otherwise in a couple weeks. Over the course of the next few months. So, out of the Atlantic, my favorite, Florida State. My sleeper team will be NC State. Yeah, I didn't name Clemson. I didn't name Louisville. My sleeper team is NC State because of that dang D-line. And in football, if you got a good D-line, boy, all right. Now, I don't know about that offense. Pass defense, a little suspect.
Suspect.
They lost their top running back, and Matt Days,
Hey,
who was a
they
sleeper
go
running
suspect
back.
that Usher. No, he might have herpes.
Chills. Oh man. So they are my sleeper team in
Sorry,
Atlantic.
Usher.
I believe Florida State will come out on top as they battle against Clemson on the road. But I believe Clemson, after all that firepower they lost on offense, their defense still is stout, especially on the D-line.
That bitch is stout.
I believe Florida State will still come out on top in the Atlantic and will make it to the ACC Championship. The Coastal
Coastal.
has lost pretty much every quarterback except for Virginia. Everybody's quarterback in the Coastal is gone. So everybody's hit the reset button at the quarterback position. Virginia, yes, they have their quarterback returning, but they're not fully ready. On paper, the best team is the Miami Hurricanes. It's no question. They have been in the ACC since 2004. 2004 now. Everybody thought it was gonna be Miami, Florida State every year. It didn't pan out like that, and the reason why, because of Randy Shannon and Al Golden. But Mark Richt is there. They had a chance last year, just like the year before, a one-game difference of making it. This year, I believe they get over to the hump, and they win that one-game difference finally, and they make it out of the Coastal. As long as they handle their business in their games, you gotta do it all over again. It's one thing to say it and everybody preaching and making predictions, but you gotta go do it. So therefore, I believe they can do it as long as they get the quarterback right, and they will go into the AC Championship game and have a rematch with Florida State and make it to their first AC Championship game. The sleeper I have, I would say, is Pittsburgh. Sleeper is Pittsburgh. As long as Miami takes care of Pittsburgh, North Carolina, Virginia Tech, and other teams, I believe they'll be fine and they'll make it. That is my ACC preview. Dale, switching it to you. Oh,
No, dude, you gonna say? I don't know the ACC that well, Cole. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hey, man, go ahead and explain yourself, Cole. Yeah,
I'm still not ready, man.
my
You
man,
not
bro,
ready?
just go ahead and go. I ain't ready
I'm not ready.
either.
You ain't got a lot to say because you don't know about ACC.
Hey, man, that's all right, Coach. But let's say the best for last, Coach.
All right, that's what I'm gonna ask, man. Come on now.
No, the hell you ain't. I been said I was gonna go last. God damn, not damn. Come on, Coach.
somebody gotta go. I'm gonna flip a coin.
Well, flip a damn coin at this point.
All right. Dale is heads, CJ is tails.
I bet you it is.
Dale, you go.
Have fun. Spears?
I'm not ready, bro.
Well, what will you did? Fuck it, I'll go. Golly.
All right, go ahead,
CJ. I'll get another accomplishment deal at the helm. Okay. So we're gonna gather my info right quick from the Atlantic Coastal Conference. ACC teams preseason poll. Alright, we gonna check this shit out right quick. No, that it's so shit. College football, I gotta put that. They pick basketball and all the time.
This man, CJ. Boy, y'all boys looking mighty suspect on live. Oh gosh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, while we are waiting, Tyrone's Tenders, man, on the corner of Capitol Circle, Northeast, and some other place around that area. Tyrone's Tenders, man, go ahead and hit us up, bro. Like, come on, man. We're just trying to sell some chicken tenders, man. Just some chicken.
Hey,
man.
what about Trail, man? Trail, you still here? Trail. That nigga done bolted, bro. Trail. Garcia. Back to the your regular scheduled program. The Whoop is back to make his affirmation of what the season gonna look like. So coming to this packed ACC, you see Miami come off a wonderful season last year. North Carolina, who had a disappointing ending, losing to Stanford in the Sun Bowl, Virginia Tech, Pittsburgh, etc., etc., etc. So I'm gonna go ahead and go pick my coast, my Atlantic first. Okay, got defending national champion Clemson along with Florida State, Louisville, NC State, yada 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 yada. So as you can look right now on paper, Florida State and Louisville look like to be the favorites coming to this season. As a whole, Florida State is the overall favorite in the ACC Atlantic due to their both offense and defense. They both look good across the table compared to Louisville and Clemson. Clemson look good on defense, Louisville look good on offense. NC State look good on defense. Syracuse don't look good nowhere. These Wake Forest and Boston College. Okay, so them three are considered out of the conversation. If I had to rate those three teams in order, it'll be Florida State, Louisville, and Clemson. NC State will made it fourth. Due to why? Louisville has the starting attraction, Lamar Jackson. Clemson has Dabo Swinney in the defense. Florida State has everybody. NC State has that defensive line. So, Florida State will come out the Atlantic, but watch out for Louisville and Clemson. And the Coastal. The good old Coastal. You got Virginia Tech looking for a new quarterback. You got North Carolina getting Brandon Harris from LSU. You got Miami having a quarterback drama. You got Duke getting what the fuck ass nigga? I forgot his name.
Daniel Jones.
Who?
Daniel Jones is their quarterback.
I thought the other dude that got hurt last year.
He is gone. Daniel Jones, I actually forgot to mention, he is another returning quarterback. He's actually pretty good, gunslinger. But Duke has other problems everywhere.
What that man name last year? Psycho, what's his name is?
Thomas Sirk, he is gone.
Oh, he graduated?
I don't think he graduated. I think he transferred.
Oh wow. So Thomas Sirk's gone, who was really the whole offense last year before he had a season-ending injury. So right now, it look like Miami is the running away favorite, but watch out for North Carolina as well. Never count out Duke, because Duke will always surprise you with what they got on the table. But really, top three should be Miami, North Carolina, and watch out for Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech, they got something brewing over there with Coach Fuentes and company, but it'll be Florida State and Miami in the ACC Championship. And my champion, it's gonna have to be the hometown boys, the Miami Hurricanes. Cause I can't. The hometown Hurricanes, man, gonna win 20-17 the defensive shootout.
You full of shit, but you hesitated on that answer.
Cause man,
you don't want to say Florida State, bro. Let's say Florida State, man.
fine. Florida State win 27-17. Sorry, Tyrone.
Oh God, leave, boy.
It's alright, coach.
I try to suck it up, bro, but the truck got it out of me, coach. But the conference player of the year will be the freshman, the newcomer of the year will probably be the Kosi Perry. But the MVP of the ACC will have to be Derwin James, because that nigga is deadly. Lamar Jackson probably finished second, and Almar Richards probably finished third. But my ACC champion will be Florida State, but Miami will get there though, and give them a run for their money. But damn, Jimbo and the boys will get the job done. Sorry, Tyrone.
My turn.
Yes, man. You better have some shit up on your damn belt.
Alright. I
Uh-oh.
also agree with you guys as well. In the Atlantic, it's always gonna be. Right now, it's Florida State, Louisville, and Clemson. The reason I say this is the reason I have Clemson last is because Clemson to me has lost a lot of offensive power. The only guy to me that's returning for Clemson is the Kane dude, the receiver. He's
Renfro.
Yeah, and Harley Renfro, the touchdown hero.
Yeah.
He's the guy.
With Louisville, the only person I see coming back is on
Lamar Jackson.
offense is, of course, Lamar Jackson. And on defense you have James Hearns.
This man really was through the system, bro.
Wow, well he's from Tallahassee, so.
Oh, that's what you know the good from Tallahassee. Wow, what a
And
guy.
he actually started last year. He started.
Continue.
But I feel like with Florida State's schedule, we should be able, like I said earlier, to run the table. The only teams I am worried about that are in the ACC is the ACC Atlantic is Louisville. I mean, we could all yes, we all know we lost 63-20 last year, but a lot of people don't realize it was the little things that hurt us during the game. When Lamar Jackson had literally his Heisman run, we every hole was covered. It just AJ Westbrook just missed the tackle. You got to remember during the beginning of the second half when dude ran the kick, returned back for a touchdown. It was just Ryan Izzo wasn't staying in his lane on kickoff. Yeah, we lost 63-20, but it was the little things that killed us during that whole game. It was the little things that killed us during that whole game.
There's a lot of little things in that game.
And if you just tweak the little things, go back to the basics, I feel like Florida State will beat Louisville this year. And just overall in the ACC, I think the only game I would say I am worried about is Saturday, September 16th at 8 o'clock. When we do face Miami, night game, of course it's going to be a night game at 8 o'clock. From last year to this year, I think our defense has improved. I think by the third game, we will know what kind of defense we have, and we would know how to play, because we would have already faced Alabama and UL Monroe. But
UL Monroe?
Want to lose that game, I still feel like we would win the ACC Atlantic, and we probably would face Miami again in the ACC Championship. I'm not going to say who's going to win that game then, because I don't know. We don't know injuries or whatever might happen. But if I did have to pick a winner for September 16th, it'd have to be Florida State, because I just don't feel like Miami's newcomer quarterback, what's his name?
We don't know yet. Oh, well, you talking about Nkosi? Yeah. What about him?
Yeah. If he starts, I just don't feel like he's ready to play under the lights against a top 5 team on ABC, 8 o'clock game at Florida State. Crowd's gonna be rocking.
I will be there. First game.
Their defense, Miami's defense is nothing to play with. Their 2 linebackers, those boys are some. Those boys are something.
3.
Those boys are something. Those boys are something. But I also feel like our defense has improved a lot. Overall, we have 20 players on watch lists for awards for this upcoming season. Of course, we all know Derwin James is on the award for best defensive player, which I think if he has a season a lot of people expect him to have, he'll run away with that award. But our quarterback play with DeAndre Francois is going to be unbelievable. I know we don't have the receivers we had back in 2013, like with the Kenny Shaw and the Kelvin Benjamin, Rashad Green. We don't have those, but we have receivers that can catch them. We have possession receivers. We might have a big threat receiver in Auden Tate. Or in Keith Gavin, who's been looking really good in camp. But I just feel like when we play Miami September 16th, I feel like our defense will win the game just like it did last year when we were at Miami. And with Miami, I think they'll run the table in the Coastal. There's no reason they should lose a game. I mean, there's no reason at all. The only team they should probably be worried about is, to me, Georgia Tech, maybe. I mean, just because of their offensive stuff. But yeah, that's all for me.
All right. Well, now we should move on to our next topic. One of the big ones, one of my favorites, is previewing the games for the season. We're gonna start from week 1 all the way down to the last week, and maybe give some predictions about a couple bowl games and all that. So I'm gonna bring up, the schedule for all the weeks. Even though the big kickoff night is Thursday night, August 31st, there are gonna be games on that Saturday, August 26th, right before that. Not really important games, but just some games for y'all to watch out for if y'all want some early college football. Stanford will be playing that day. Hawaii, Oregon State, BYU. So those are pretty big games. But that Thursday night, one of the marquee games, the game that's gonna be on ESPN, Ohio State and Indiana. Let's give our predictions about that. I got Ohio State.
Ohio State hands down.
Yeah, I got.
Indiana ain't been relevant since J.J. Hardy left that school and Tevin Coleman. So next game.
I'll give.
Well, see, let's just talk about it. God damn.
Why? It's gonna be 30-0 at halftime.
I like Ohio. Yeah, I like Ohio State winning by 30 plus, but I think Indiana's gonna score.
Yeah.
Well, of course they gonna score. They don't score. They really buzz.
Yeah, I think.
Damn, you say that, dude.
I was actually about to.
Oh, here we go, FAMU.
Indiana gives some. They'll be rocking that day. Kids will probably class be canceled. It'll be a good environment, but Ohio State.
And they go back home at halftime just to support themselves.
It's gonna be a good environment for the first quarter. It's an 8 o'clock game, ESPN.
Yeah.
You got Ohio State in the house.
Yes, sir. So
man, let's get cool.
Let's go ahead and give some love to old Florida A&M as they got their first game against Arkansas on SEC Network at 8 o'clock.
Their first real game, their first home game really is the Thursday, the 26th, and then they game after that on the 31st. So they got the 5-day cushion to really get their ass right. So. Old FAMU might be 0-2 to start the season, so
this might go.
Let's skip down to Saturday, September 2nd.
Yeah, let's do that, cuz.
Hold up. Let me hit up on Friday.
Washington at records might be good.
Yeah, like that.
42-12,
yeah, I'm gonna hit up Friday a little bit. Let's give our predictions on Washington and Rutgers. I got Washington.
I got Washington by 42-12.
Utah.
Shit, what fuckers ain't been shit since Ray Rice.
Utah and yeah, we get to see the new look Florida Atlantic with Lane Kiffin against Navy at 8 o'clock.
Oh yeah,
on ESPNU.
DeAndre Johnson.
Yes sir.
Guess who?
Against Navy.
They got
at home.
I got my first upset. Down goes the midshipman. Then one for good old Lane Kiffin.
Hey, DeAnthony McCaffrey. I mean, not DeAnthony McGriff. I will be looking for you.
Yeah, DeAnthony playing in that.
Let's move down to the which is the big day, Saturday, the first day of some real college football.
See the first game.
The defending champs. Clemson, they got their first game against Kent State. You already know, Clemson. After that, 12 o'clock, Bowling Green. I got them upset. Now let me stop. Michigan State gonna beat Bowling Green. Penn State, shoot. Maryland and Texas. Now Maryland,
Texas.
Texas. Yeah.
Well, I got my first upset of the season though.
I got Texas beating Maryland.
I got
I
Texas
got
too.
South Carolina beat NC State when they play.
Yes, I do have South Carolina beating NC State as well.
Yeah.
NC State defense
Coach
is
Muschamp will
good.
get that to you right for a couple years.
Yeah, but I do believe South Carolina will beat them. North Carolina and California, that's another game. Cali, they is an offensive team, and so is North Carolina. But we'll see how that defense is. But I think I'm gonna pick upset on that one. I'm gonna pick California.
I got another upset I got going on. I do got Temple beat Notre Dame for the second straight season. This time at Notre Dame. I got Brian Kelly.
Brian Kelly getting fired. That's Sunday.
Yeah,
I got Brian Kelly going after week 1.
Yep,
He getting fired if they lose that. He getting fired on Sunday.
I'll go ahead. They have a lot of offensive power at Notre Dame, but I'll go ahead and I'll pick Notre Dame for that one. I'll pick Notre Dame.
Also, I have Southern Miss once again beating Kentucky for the second straight year. I got Southern Miss winning that one at home. Then I have. Sorry, Georgia.
We're gonna take one game at a time. One game at a time. Hold up.
This nigga got Appalachian State beating Georgia. You
But
crazy?
you got.
You damn right I do.
But you saw
Damn
what?
right.
I mean Tennessee.
You see what Tennessee went through last year?
You see what we did? You see what we did to them?
Hey man, App State ain't no slouch. If Georgia gonna do the same shit Tennessee did, and overlook their ass, App State gonna run check up on their ass and they stay.
He dropped way down to this game down here.
We gonna stay. Hold up, bro. We gonna stay. We gonna stay in the range.
Half those games ain't relevant at 2 o'clock.
I know. I'm gonna skip. We gonna stay.
Let's drop down to 3:30 then.
Yeah, let's go down to 3:30. Big game, big first game of the season for both teams. Of course, is the marquee game, Michigan and Florida.
Oh yeah. Well, what's the West?
I believe Florida has the defense. Both teams struggle on offense, and after it's all said and done, I believe whoever has the best offensive performance will win the game. A while ago,
21-10.
A while ago, my prediction was Michigan, but I kind of think I got a feeling that Florida's gonna come out on top and their offense gonna make some plays. I got Florida winning.
Florida wins 21-10, a low score in the fifth.
Dale.
Florida went 14-7.
Damn,
Alright.
A lot of turnovers,
Everybody
though.
scoring at 21 points.
Alright, let's move down.
It's gonna be pick stone too.
Alright, let's move down. Let's see.
Michigan scored 7 points off of pick 6.
Yeah, I believe that. Oh yeah, that is true. That could happen.
That's about it. That's about it.
Let's move down. Hold up.
UAB's first game. UAB's back in their first game, you know what I'm saying, man?
Man, that feels good story.
What, Louisville and Purdue?
They don't know Louisville.
Nah,
Man.
UAB.
Man, that's
UAB?
a blowout too, but keep going though. That is a blowout.
What,
Sorry,
Louisville and Purdue?
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
They don't
that
get
is.
beat by 60. They
Yeah,
don't get beat by 60.
I see that.
Lamar Jackson just gonna run all over him.
For real, but I see
Hey
that.
man, upset of the week though, App State and Georgia at 6:15, coach. Just mark it down the calendar, coach.
Man,
Wait,
just
actually,
CJ.
Let me go ahead and just mark that game by ESPN. That game start, scoring, play, close, game, quarter, final. Yeah. Go ahead and mark that game right there.
The big 8 o'clock game, Florida State, Alabama. The game that people have been talking about for the past couple years.
Gotta have that on mark. I got Florida State winning by 10 points, 31-21.
I got Alabama
I already
winning.
told y'all my schedule, right?
I already got Alabama winning.
Alright, so
Now
now
let's
we
move
on
down.
the 9:30 game. LSU and BYU
yes,
at
sir.
the Texas kickoff.
I got
Hold on,
LSU.
bro. Hold on. Let me get it to the home page.
LSU will roast BYU by 20, 40-20.
Dang.
Cause their guys got like 4 touchdowns by their damn selves.
Sheesh.
What about?
What are some games on that Sunday though? I gotta watch that too. Sunday,
hold
September 3rd.
up. Hold up.
Yeah, I got Florida State winning 31-20.
Alright.
And what about BYU, LSU?
31-31.
That's
BYU,
what
LSU gonna. They're gonna have about 500 yards on BYU.
I tell you, BYU gonna lose by 20, cuz. 20 or
Heck yeah.
worse.
Um,
Alright, let's go to Sunday, September 3rd. There ain't
I
no
got-
games after that, coach.
I got Texas A&M at UCLA. I got Texas A&M winning that game. I got Texas A&M winning that game.
You
Upset.
smoking dope, man. John Ross throw for 600 yards in that sorry ass defense.
Oh my god.
I got the
Man,
upset,
Texas
coach.
never had a secondary, cuz. I'm sorry, cuz. They get their massacred that game.
West
I got-
Virginia versus Virginia Tech.
Hey, by the way, that'll be the last game for good old
Kevin Sumlin?
Kevin Sumlin. He will be booed on the way back from Los Angeles.
Call him talking on the
And like
plane
the
back.
pre-Dree said, fire all the way back to Texas A&M.
Oh man. All right,
Now,
West
this-
Virginia, Virginia
This
Tech.
Monday game.
Wait,
No,
West
no,
Virginia,
fuck
Virginia
that.
Tech.
Will Greer throw for 300 plus yards on Virginia Tech. All right, West Virginia winning by
Yeah, I
17.
got West Virginia winning probably about 15.
Sorry, cuz
I got
Coach Fuentes lost a lot of people on that team.
I got West Virginia winning as well. The
All right, last
big game on
game,
Monday.
week
I got Georgia Tech with the upset.
Yeah,
Me too.
I damn sure got Tennessee losing that game with a breeze. Yes, sir. I got Tennessee losing by 10 or more.
Yeah, man. I think they'll struggle
They
to
ain't gonna know how
defend
to stop-
against that
they ain't gonna
triple
struggle.
option.
They ain't gonna be able to
All right,
stop
so we
it.
on week 2 now, right? Which
Yeah.
is September 9th.
We can skip the Thursday night game, Friday game. Let's see.
Early Saturday games.
Early Saturday games. Who I see?
Ooh, Iowa State.
Oh, okay, but
12
you skipped
o'clock.
out on
How about-
Louisville
how
and
about
Michigan. Louisville and North Carolina.
What time they play?
12 o'clock.
12. I think Louisville will win that. Florida Atlantic and Wisconsin play.
Oh yeah, I got FAU beat Wisconsin, bro. I'm sorry, coach.
Huh?
I got Wisconsin. That's
Bro,
the upset
hold
of the
up,
season.
man.
Lane Kiffin going to Kent Randall and pull off the upset of the decade. FAU
How
gets the
about-
job done.
How about we start week 2 when week 2 start? Go through week 2 instead of going through all 12 weeks.
But we gotta do that now. We gotta have like the sleeper wins, the upset games.
Yeah, but
And we can do that.
I think we could just recover the games after the games are over.
Yeah. We make our predictions, bro, for each week though. That's what we do. We make our early season predictions because things can change when regular season start.
Yeah.
I'm
So
making my early season prediction. So there's an early season prediction. There's a weekly prediction. So my prediction could change.
yeah,
I can say right now I want FAU to win, but all in all, I want Wisconsin to win. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just making my early season. Like for example, I like everything I love, bro. I'm sorry, but I think East Carolina might beat West Virginia, bro.
I got that too. I picked that upset.
I'm sorry. That's another game I'm keeping my radar. Every game I make a prediction on, keep it a close game.
Iowa State. I got Iowa that game.
What about Ohio State, Oklahoma?
Oh, hold up. We'll get there.
Week 3.
No, we's on week 2.
That's
I know, but that's week 3, ain't it?
No, it's
Week
week
two?
2.
Yeah,
Oh, shit, we at the bottom. I'm at the 12 o'clock game still.
Yeah,
I got
man.
Louisville beat North Carolina.
I
I got
got
USF beat UConn.
Wake Forest, Boston College would be a good one.
I got Jacksonville State upsetting Georgia Tech.
What the fuck?
After Georgia Tech just beat Tennessee, nah.
Nah,
Sorry.
Cole, that'd be dumb. I ain't gonna lie. I do got TCU beating Arkansas. I will say that.
Yeah, TCU will beat Arkansas. Yeah.
They get revenge from last year.
Oh, big game at 3:30, coach. Big game 3:30.
Pittsburgh and Penn State.
Pittsburgh did win last year, but I believe
Penn
this
State
year.
with redemption.
Yeah, I believe they're gonna get their revenge this year in the old Penn State stadium.
Alright.
Central Michigan. Y'all think that'll be good? Kansas and Central Michigan.
Kansas.
Yeah. Hell
Who the
no.
hell is Indiana State?
I ain't gonna lie,
don't know.
4:30. Oregon, Nebraska. Oregon will get redemption this season against the old Cornhuskers. This time they home.
And don't forget about TCU and Arkansas. That was a good game last year. The rematch.
Yeah, they went overtime last year.
I got Arkansas winning that
Florida
one.
State would beat Louisiana Monroe.
Oh yeah, 7 o'clock. The rematch
Clemson
that
and
went to the.
Auburn.
Yes sir, the game that went to the final SWAT. I got Auburn getting redemption this year in Death Valley.
I got
Yeah.
Auburn winning.
I got Auburn
I
winning
got
that one.
Auburn winning.
Sorry, Dabo, it's not. You gonna be damned after this one.
Oh, Nebraska,
Yeah, man.
Nebraska and Oregon is a game that we forgot that we didn't look
I
at.
already said Oregon will get
He
redemption.
said Oregon was gonna win.
Dang, hold up, coach. We gotta
Ohio State, Oklahoma.
hold up, coach. We gotta slow it down.
Oh, you forgot about Georgia? Georgia Notre Dame? What the hell?
You said Georgia was gonna beat Notre Dame and Chip Kelly's gonna get fired.
No, I said Notre Dame gonna lose a Temple. That's what I said. That's week 1. They might start the season 0-2.
All right, hold
Georgia
up.
might win that one.
All right, so let's go over Oklahoma, Ohio State. Who y'all got winning now?
Oh, we skipped Georgia and Notre Dame. First of all,
What? Well, nah.
I got
Well, we must be.
I got
We are
Ohio
looking
State
at.
being-
We are looking at different like schedules, but we are looking at different schedules.
we on the same week. I'm looking at Georgia Notre Dame the game the same time frame as Oklahoma Ohio State.
Yeah, but how they like ordered out, they're probably different. So,
I'm on ESPN, so
I'm
I'm on
on.
ESPN as well. I went down on that one.
All right. I just. Well,
You
hold
about
up.
to hop on ESPN with us, Tyrone? It's 2 against 1. I don't know what Trail at. Trail probably sleep.
Wait, hold up. All right. Well, first, before we get more predictions, hold up. Let me get there.
Ooh, shit. Stanford plays USC that same week at 8:30. Woo! That's an early game.
All right. So
My
what?
footnote on that.
All right. So where we down at?
Georgia and Notre Dame at 7:30. And I got Georgia winning.
All right. Yes. I got Georgia winning against Notre Dame as well.
me too, man. Notre
All right,
Dame
now we
suck.
on Ohio State, Oklahoma.
All right. Now that's a big one right there. We gotta discuss that one. Ohio State. That D line.
Wow.
Oh no, coach. Hey,
That D line.
I gotta watch them. I'll predict that prediction.
I gotta watch Ohio State play, bro. Cause Ohio
I
State,
gotta watch
Yes,
Ohio
sir.
they a
State.
disappointment from last year, boy. The way the offense played last year.
They now against last year against Oklahoma, they did play good,
Well.
but then towards the end of the season they did fall off. So we got to see if it carries on into this season because that is an early game. I think I'll
But
go
if I
with
had to
that.
make a prediction as of right now, I
I'll go
will say
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma on the upset.
Yeah, I
on the
say
road.
Oklahoma. I say Oklahoma on the upset on the road. All right. There seems not to
And
be any
USC
more
Stanford.
games. Oh yeah. Oh crap! I missed that one. Yes sir.
Yes.
USC.
I got
USC.
Stanford losing that one. Sorry, coach.
Yeah, I got USC winning, coach.
All right.
Yeah, you Sam Darnold throw for 400.
Let's move on to the
And
next
we're on
week.
week 3 now, right?
Yes sir.
First game on the docket, Tennessee and Florida at 3:30.
Dang, don't forget 12 o'clock.
Well, I'm sorry, bro, because I'm a Gator fan. That's the first game because Florida's my favorite team, so I'll put your favorite team first before anything
South
else.
Florida and Illinois play. South Florida will win.
Yeah.
UConn and
You gotta
Virginia.
stop doing that, cuz. Y'all
UConn
forgot
and
Oklahoma State
Virginia.
at Pittsburgh.
Yeah, UConn and Virginia play.
I got UConn
I
winning
got
that
Oklahoma State beating Pittsburgh.
Boston College play
and Notre
Notre
Dame.
Dame.
I got Notre Dame winning that one.
Yeah, Brian Kelly gets his first win of the year.
Let's see.
Pittsburgh, Oklahoma State.
Ooh, UCLA in a trap game against Memphis.
I got Oklahoma State beating Pittsburgh.
Me too.
I got Wisconsin beating BYU.
Ooh, Baylor and Duke. Oh boy.
What the hell? Where they play at? Oh, Duke. Oh, Baylor come to Duke. I got Duke winning that one.
I got Baylor.
All right.
This is Virginia
Wisconsin
Tech
and BYU.
and East Carolina.
Oh yeah, did East Carolina win last year?
No, I think Virginia Tech came
believe-
back and won, but I'm not sure.
My phone be off the hook this season, boy.
Sure.
Oh,
USC and Texas.
Clemson and Louisville, 3:30. Bullshit.
Oh yeah, this
That ain't
is
gonna
the
be like
week.
it was last year.
This is the big week
It's
3
still
game.
it's
Week
still
3 game.
big implications on it, no matter who's playing or not. It's always big implications. But Louisville ran away with that one this year.
All right. Yeah, I think I got Clemson winning now. I got Clemson winning now because they defense. Tennessee and Florida. Let's go ahead and discuss that a little bit.
Tennessee lost everybody, bro.
Tennessee pretty much lost everybody. I got Florida winning.
To the quarterback, to the linebackers, to the DB. What DB they got coming back next year? Cameron Sutton. Everybody else all that.
I got Florida coming back
Based off
and getting revenge.
And skill players and defense coaching. I got McElroy out coaching Butch Jones into this.
Yes, sir. Dale, who you got?
By 17 plus.
I got Florida winning.
Based off who they got coming back next year.
All right, now let's move down to. Yeah, I said Florida. Now we're gonna move down to 7 o'clock. Big SEC game.
Plus, based off, they lost a lot of players last year.
We heard you, CJ. We heard you.
Yeah. So 7 o'clock early SEC matchup. LSU and Mississippi State. I got LSU.
LSU, Darius Geis on the rolls with the Heisman this year.
Until somebody stops Darius Geis gonna have over 100 yards each game.
Yeah, that is true. Another SEC game, Kentucky and South Carolina.
South Carolina.
I got South Carolina.
Conference.
Yeah, Kentucky's been overhyped for the past
couple of seasons.
Our defensive coordinator went there. They ain't gonna never. Get over that.
And the Sunshine. You forgot Oregon's old coach now playing coach at UCF. They play against Georgia Tech.
Yes, they do.
7:30.
I got Georgia Tech winning that one. And then right below that, Bethune-Cookman and FAU. That's just magical.
That one.
Huh?
Shit, FAU gonna start off the season 3-0.
Oh,
Yes,
sorry,
they
FAU,
do.
my bad. I'm tripping.
Boy.
Oh yeah, y'all skipped Kansas State and Vanderbilt.
Oh yeah, Vanderbilt. I got Vanderbilt, bro.
Yeah,
That defense is good. That defense is.
All right, now we got Miami and Florida State.
Yes, sir. As y'all know,
What the fuck, Bethune and FAU? What the hell?
as we all know,
They got FAU with a 95%.
as we all know, I picked Miami to win that one. I picked the upset.
And Miami biased on this one. Sorry.
Huh?
You gotta be biased on this one, cuz.
What? Which one?
I see you got FSU and Miami. You gotta be biased to your team this time.
I'm not being biased. That's real.
And then later on that night, you got Texas and USC right after that.
Yes,
That's
sir.
gonna be a good one.
All right. Now, dang, I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna have to record that game.
Cause you got the game watching the Florida State game.
Yeah. All right. So
You better shoot your phone.
I'm just Mike. Let's discuss that one. Texas and USC. Tom Herman.
USC gonna win, but Texas gonna give them a good fight.
Yeah.
I got Texas upset at USC in the Coliseum.
I got Texas upsetting them too.
Week 4.
Wait, hold on. Didn't Texas and USC play against each other in the Coliseum when that the Vince Young game?
Yep.
Yeah, that was the last time they played against
I believe it will be repeated again, just like history did years ago.
It
I
won't be
believe
as high
Texas.
scoring though.
Yep, but I believe Texas will repeat history
And
again.
Bruce Shell ain't gonna be running no winning touchdown. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, I
he
can
can
tell you that
scramble
right
a
now.
little bit, but he ain't no Vince Young.
Yeah, bro, but I do have that. Thursday night, look, we got to discuss this one. Charlie Strong, Thursday night against Temple.
Temple winning that one because Quentin Flowers is another freaking Lamar Jackson reincarnated. I want to see those two play against each other. Quentin Flowers, Lamar Jackson. I'll pay to see that game.
I got
Probably the most
USF.
underrated quarterback in
College football is
College
Quentin
right now.
Flowers.
I got USF winning that one. Charlie Strong get a big win on Thursday night in front of.
Charles Strong gonna have 10 wins this season. USF is good.
Yeah.
USF is a real deal, bro.
They had 10 wins last season. They're gonna have 10 wins this season.
Yes, sir. Virginia and Boise State on that Friday night on week 4. I got Boise State winning that on the blue turf.
I got Virginia winning that one upset.
Cool.
Bronco Mendenhall gets his
There's a big win on
Bronco Mendenhall gets his first win as a First major win as a Virginia head coach.
All right, all right. All right, let's move on to that Saturday. Oregon and Arizona State as teams move into conference play. I got Oregon winning that one.
I got Arkansas over Texas A&M.
Wait, what? Bro, when you moved all the way down, hold up, coach. Like,
He talking
Bro,
about
those times aren't decided, bro.
no, I'm saying just stay
He's
in.
going down the list, bro. Just stay with Tyrone. Stay with Tyrone.
Stay in the list.
What
Stay.
Tyrone at?
I just said Oregon or Arizona State. Stay
You know
with.
where you're at. Just listen.
Just stay within what I'm saying. UCLA and Stanford, bro. UCLA and Stanford.
Wait, time out.
UCLA.
I ain't mean to cut you off, but damn, you missed a lot of good games at the top, coach.
What?
You skill Oklahoma, Baylor. You skill Alabama, Vanderbilt, TCU, Oklahoma State.
Wait, bro, where you at?
Mississippi State, Georgia, Arkansas. They said, God, let me go with this. Let me roll with this, cuz.
Wait, hold up, bro. Where you at?
I'm at the very top of week 4.
Next week, cause
You on September 23rd?
Yes.
These games ain't showing just yet.
Yes, they are. On my ESPN is.
ESPN, yeah,
Wait,
bro.
bro, you scrolled down way too far, coach.
No, bro. After you said Virginia, Boise State, I scrolled down. I saw Arkansas, Texas A&M right after that.
Bro, I ain't scrolled down there yet. Hold up.
Bro, it ain't that far at all. You just got to scroll down 2
Hey,
seconds.
guys, this just, I think we should just all regroup.
All right, look, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go down the list, and I'm just gonna call out the games where I feel is big, and then after I'm finished, then we can call out any games we missed, or if you see a game that you think I missed, call it out. But I'm just gonna scroll down. So just
All right, that's fair.
all right. So just hold up and follow with me. I'm gonna call out the game I'm going with now. UCLA, Stanford. Who we got?
UCLA.
Easy.
UCLA. I'm scrolling down. Hey, Georgia Southern and Indiana. I got Georgia Southern.
Why the fuck you picked that damn game?
Big game. Oh, big game, boy. Big game for Penn State. Road game. I got Penn State, bro. I got Penn State.
Penn State and who?
And Iowa.
Oh yeah, Penn State.
Yeah, that's Penn State all the way, man. That's Penn State all the way. CJ, I know he's gonna pick Penn State.
Oh yeah, man. Go Penn State, man. Go this line. The goals.
Arkansas and Texas A&M, man.
Arkansas and Texas A&M. I'm gonna say
Kevin
Texas
Sullivan.
A&M.
In my eyes, Kevin Sullivan big got the boot, so they are your internet head coach basis. So
I'm gonna say Texas A&M.
That man said
new guy.
someone win from the new guy. I see that happening as well. I believe Texas A&M, because Arkansas is a running team. They like to set up the
And
pass
with
when they
that
run.
loss, Brett Bielema now in the hot seat.
Next game, Mississippi State, Georgia. I got Georgia.
I got Georgia.
Georgia.
Florida, Kentucky. Florida on the road.
Why'd you ask that question?
I got Florida,
Gonna
bro.
win that one.
I got Florida, bro.
They lose to Kentucky, but I'm going to sleep for the rest of the season.
He going to
You gonna be a
hibernation.
damn Nick D. Line fan for the rest of your damn life.
Man, shut up.
Auburn and Missouri, boy. We already know LSU gonna dust Syracuse.
Auburn gonna dust Missouri too.
Auburn, yeah, I believe Auburn.
They gonna dust like a tornado.
Vanderbilt, Alabama. Vanderbilt got a chance to make a statement, but they ain't gonna do it.
Man, they gonna get the coach gonna get fired. That bad, they're gonna beat their ass with 2 quarterbacks.
Oklahoma, Baylor. Baylor got a chance to make a statement.
Baylor gonna get beat to sleep too. Every team trying to say they gonna make a statement, they gonna sit home with the statement saying we got beat.
Hey man, you never know, man. Some of these teams gonna make an upset. Somebody gonna do something. TCU, Oklahoma State.
Okie State for the win.
I got TCU handling business on the road.
Damn.
Damn.
What's it say now?
TCU, Okie
shoot.
State.
TCU, Oklahoma State, TCU.
Yeah.
Let's move down the list. Boston College and Clemson.
Clemson gonna win now despite.
Clemson gonna win.
Yeah. Duke and North Carolina rivalry.
North Carolina.
I got Duke upset, just like they did last year. NC State and Florida State. Florida State is at home. NC State gave them a good battle last year. I got Florida State. Pitt, Georgia Tech. Trash. Hello?
Yo.
Pitt, Georgia Tech. Hello?
Yo.
I'm sure.
Pitt, Georgia Tech. Oh shoot, that man Dale got booted. Golly. Where is Trail?
Trail been dead.
Hey man, listen, coach. It sounds like it's getting late on the live stream.
Hey, man, I called Dale. Yeah, give us another commercial time where I called Dale.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a quick break to get everything sorted out. Hold up 1 second.
CJ, bro, I'm right here.
Check-a-make been fun. Check-a-make.
Alright, we got to speed this up some, coach. We gotta speed this up some. Alright, we're gonna focus only on big games. Big games. That's only what we're gonna focus on. We just got done with NC State, Florida State. I'm gonna scroll on down. Big game here. Notre Dame, Michigan State. Both teams coming off trash seasons, so they trying to make a statement somehow. 8 o'clock on Fox. Who y'all got?
I don't know who.
Notre Dame, Michigan State.
Don't ask me that. Michigan State will lose. Well, Michigan will win that one, cuz. I don't believe in
Michigan
Michigan State.
Alright, we can move on to the next damn week.
Sorry, you sound kind of hurt when you said that.
Yeah, man. I got Michigan State winning. Thursday night, Texas got a possible trap game against Iowa State. Hold up, coach. Hold up. Actually, there was one topic of discussion that we actually forgot to discuss about, to be honest with you.
What's that?
Who's the best conference in college football?
SEC.
Dale?
The ACC.
ACC. You said what?
College football right now, hands down.
Yeah, I agree. I'm sorry, CJ. SEC, the reason why they not the best is because of their quarterback play. Yeah, they got the defense and the running game, but you gotta have a good quarterback to win. And Clemson should have beaten Alabama 2 years in a row,
Yeah,
but they did not.
They should have been 2 years in a row.
Yes. That's why I called it a week before they played Alabama in the championship game this past year. I already knew they was gonna beat them. I called it. I just had that feeling. So I believe the SEC is not the best conference as of right now. Big Ten's a sleeper conference.
All right, back to the predictions.
Hold up. All right, hold up. Boy, it's getting kind of late.
Oh, that's White Trash Wednesday tonight.
Last one.
Last White Trash Wednesday tonight.
The last one. It's about time.
Well, damn, I ain't gonna go to another. This is the second summer I ain't gonna do that one.
Cause they lame, man.
That shit gotta win.
Cause they trash.
I ain't been one.
Cause they trash, bruh.
Nah, the some white trash. The summer was pretty lit, but some last few ones have been dead. Like last Wednesday, that been like a funeral. Had been dead. That was.
If anybody don't know, White Trash Wednesday is here in Tallahassee,
lit the
Florida.
very beginning of summer. That's it.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of white
It
girls
ain't lit
walking
after
around
that.
in
Cause everybody leave in
wife
July
beaters,
and they'll come back to August.
high-waisted shorts, just be walking around twerking and all this stuff, dressing trashy. Yeah, man. Just college,
My bad. I
college
didn't
and
mean
high
to,
school, college and high school kids going crazy. Hey, man, listen, coach. It is getting kind of it's
It's
108.
108 on the east side of the U.S.
What week did we finish? We stopped at week
5?
Yeah, week 5. I think we should continue with the rest of it at a different time when it's not so dang late. And we can also give, our predictions on the awards and the playoff and all that. When we got more energy and all that, cause we all going downhill. So we will continue this on another day. We'll try to get the podcast up on we'll try to get
Bob Barker.
We'll try to get the podcast up on iTunes. We'll figure something out. Otherwise, thank you for joining us on the Power Circle. Hey man, you already know, man. Big things popping,
Greatest.
little things stopping, man. Go Canes, man. Go Canes, man. Go
Hey,
Canes.
sponsored by Tyro's Tenders. Tyro's Tenders. Made with his fresh buttermilk dressing. Breaded to the by the best spreaders.
All right,
5-piece meal with fries and biscuits.
shutting down, man.
$5.99.
Shutting down. Peace out, man. God bless.